Hello and welcome to the Deconte Thompson Show. I just totally, and I mean totally, love it right here on the show with me, Deconte Thompson. Well, today is going to be another interesting time right here as we're going to be looking at something society has neglected, something society has put behind because of social media, because of the 21st century. We're going to be looking at that. But before we do, guess what? I have someone very interesting. He's been on the show before. You've seen him, but I brought him back because this time, what we're going to look at is so interesting and I need his opinions on it. My name is Deconte Thompson and you're watching the Deconte Thompson Show. Thank you, Filmlands, for partnering with us. Filmlands Multimedia, thank you for partnering with us. Thank you, Beauty Motions, for making me look good all the time. And Mecca, my hair is on point. I love it. We will be right back right after this break. And thanks to Pretty Fresh. Hello and welcome back. You're watching the Deconte Thompson Show, and I totally love it right here. The show is brought to you by Fruity Fresh, partnered with Multimedia, Filmlands Multimedia, and Beauty Motions, always making me look good and on point. Thank you, Eva's Clothing, for this dress. Well, today I'm talking about books. Yes, books. When was the last time you sat down and read a book? In fact, what book are you reading right now? According to statistics, a lot of people have neglected reading because of the social media trend and because of the 21st century, which is so busy and people don't normally read. Well, today on the show, I have again, when I had him on the show, it was a wonderful time. I don't know how today is going to be, but I know it's going to be great. I have on the show today with me, George Kweku Inti. Ooh. And he's a writer. He's an Amazon associate as well. Today we're going to be looking at books, importance of reading, some books you can read and all that. Books actually strengthen your brains, people. It strengthens your brain. So if you haven't been reading, that means your brain is not very healthy. I'm sorry to say that, but that is it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so
all
much.
right. Now, as a writer, do you think people are reading enough?
Well, it depends on the nation you're in. The Israelis are reading. Their reading capacity, let me say, reading average is 2 times the world combined.
Wow.
Yes, the Israelis top the list in terms of the reading. 85% of every Israeli read book. Yes, compared to British people who are also in the second list, which is almost about 70-something.
Yeah.
And then Americans are also read. So reading is going on as we speak. People read.
Yeah.
Just that
How
fewer
about
in Africa.
Now
Africa
we are in Africa.
is very few, almost about below 10%. A friend of mine did a research and said at least somehow 6% read.
Are you serious? That's like on the low.
That is the trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that we are going to talk about books because this is what we do. And the same way we have football people, we also have book people.
Yeah.
I'm a book person. A book person is somebody who read books, write books. His business is books.
Yeah.
We've been what do you call it, recommending books to people for a long time.
Yeah.
And so reading is very, very important. And if you want to ask me about maybe why Africa is, let me say, underdeveloped for a very long time.
Yeah.
We were not like this for almost, let me say, because of this, I want to give you maybe a slight history about how the world was formed. So it's like, you know, civilization began in Mesopotamia 8,200 years ago. Mesopotamia is the modern Middle East. Yeah. And what do you call it, descendants of Cush, let me say, the one called King Nimrod II. He was the hunter.
Yeah.
King Nimrod. So they decided that, okay, why don't we bring animals home, domesticate them? Why don't we?
Now that's the origin of books. Are we looking at society?
That's the civilization began. So
all right.
the same, what do you call it, Mesopotamians were the first people to write book on stone tablets. Oh. So books, they decided to write inscriptions, phonetics, and then something like adinkra symbol. You see the way Ghana we have adinkra symbols. When you see it, this means this. This means these are the kind of writings that they were doing. And in Egypt too, they were having this calligraphic writings. Okay. So books began, let me say, reading began in Mesopotamia. Wow. Long time ago. Wow. And the first book, let me say, simple book that was discovered 3,500 years ago on a clay tablet. So most of the scribes will write them on the tablet. The tablet will be baked. It's a clay tablet, so they bake them in fire. They write them and then bake them in fire so that it can last for centuries. So books began long time ago.
And these books were written in which language?
At first, every civilization have the language that is popular. Yeah. Now we are in 21st century. English is the most popular. Yeah. But when civilization began, Hebrew language was most powerful, and it was considered the most important language at that time. And when Babylon also came, Arabic became the most popular. Oh, wow. And then when Greek Empire also came, because they also brought Greek language to become popular. And then when Roman civilization also started, Latin became popular.
So based on the rulership at the point.
So nobody knows in the next 1,000 years, maybe Akan language will be the most dominant.
Maybe Akan.
Yes, or maybe any other language. Yes. So civilization. Fanti is also an Akan.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're talking about books, sometimes you shouldn't be worried that, oh, now it's about English, it's about love. Let me tell you, some few years ago, nobody know English. They came into the civilization. That's why I'm saying the word is power play. Yeah. One group will rule, they will go. Another group will rule, they will come. American empire began 75 years ago after the Second World War. Now, that is 1945. Now, other people want to challenge them. Nobody know that maybe by the end of the century, which power will rule. So the word is like that. Wow. So books have been there for centuries. And then I want to give you the highlight for maybe 3,500 years ago, Mesopotamia brought books, and then they were writing it on papyrus writing. Papyrus is like, you see that we have wawa in Akan language, very soft. Yeah. So they cut them into slices and then join them by glue, and then try to write them and then fold them. This is how they preserve books. Okay. That was about 2,400 years ago. Wow. And then introduced in Egypt. Egyptians decided to store their books in that line. After what they call it, the clay tablet. And then 500 to 200 BC, they introduced parchment writing. Okay. Parchment is, they use goat skin. And then they use alkali solution to remove the hair. Okay. And then write it. And then they dry it and write it and fold it. Yeah. Even as at now, it is one of the most powerful tools that preserve history books. Okay. So it came into that. So people go to libraries, they read those old, and then 200 BC, wax tablets was also developed in Roman Empire. So they have a wood, slice them, they put wax on it, so you can write it and then you can clean them. So Roman Empire, people were reading. So the same civilization of reading can never be out of the world.
What kind of things were they writing back then?
They write stories, they write information, they want the community to know history. Because we Africans have a lot of history, especially that's why in Egypt right now, a lot of mummies have been discovered. People can know that Egyptian civilization spanned for 30 generations. So 200 BC, wax tablets was developed in Egypt. And then the first time paper was introduced in the world for books is 105 AD, after the death of Jesus. And then the paper writing began. Okay. Because according to Herodotus was a Greek philosopher who was very well known, and he said people were so happy that what they call it, parchment has come. Okay. Now, 105 AD, we have paper. Paper was introduced by Chinese. Chinese brought paper in the world.
How did they do it? Like,
They are smart. That's how it is.
How did they do it?
That's why I see. I want to say a friend of mine said Western civilization is the great. I told him that we do not have any Western civilization.
Yeah.
It is global civilization.
Yeah.
If you take America for instance, now, there are a lot of different groups that are there. The Indians, the Black, the Jewish people, the Arabs, everybody is there. So it's a pool of intelligence. And then they work together in NASA. Do you know that we have 6 strong scientists from Ghana? The first person who developed this, what do you call it, automated man-machine to Mars is a Ghanaian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that's true?
That's true.
And it's written, like, it's in history. I mean, it's
I'll
written in
give you
the books.
Yes, we have a lot of Ghanaian scientists doing so well.
Yeah, there are a lot.
So
there are lots
I'll
of
give you
Ghanaian.
more of their names.
All right.
Later.
Wow.
So
this is interesting.
Yes, I just want you to cut the dates of right, so that people will understand. So 105 AD, paper came. Now we can write. The first book was published in 868 AD. What
book was that?
It was written in Chinese.
Okay, this Chinese.
That's the point. You see, history, you can't lie in it. And the first person, according to maybe 8th century, the guy had documented something, and his name is Liu Lang. You know, Lang is L-U-N.
Okay.
He was 1041 AD, the first monumental printing. The first what they call it, movable printing began, because they developed the words into movable, and so that's also how it came. So 1250 AD, block printing in Egypt also was popular. People were writing, documenting things down. So without books, society cannot live. And then if you look at for 1439 to 1450 AD, movable printing in Europe also began. The Europeans decided to also take over. And then they spread it in America. And then 1455 AD, the Gutenberg Bible was printed. The first book was printed in Europe was Gutenberg Bible. So Bible.
The first book.
Yes, the first book. Now they were trying to bring press. So Bible was the first book. Gutenberg Bible was the first to be printed in Europe. And then it went on 1490 AD. 1490 to 1500 AD, the printing revolution began in America.
Now so it was spread out.
Yes.
People started.
And the most interesting thing is that it was printed on, there was no color at that time.
It was just black and white.
So if it is, the wood is the parchment color, or let me say paper is this color.
Yeah, that's what.
And so coloring was discovered by one man.
Who's that?
His name is, he's a, what do you call it? I'll search his name for you later.
Let me search for it.
His name is Carl Wilhelm Scheele. Carl Wilhelm Scheele. He is what do you call it? Austrian, and that was 1744.
Wow.
So 1744, the world became so happy because now you can write books in different colors of paper. Do you get my point? So 1832 AD, book sleeves also came. Now you have the book. What about the cover? So somebody they developed the book cover. It was a book sleeve, like the way Bible, you see, you put it in there. That ladder cover. It was developed. So that was also in use. And then 1920 AD, paperback also came.
Paperback.
Yes, you have a book, you have a paperback cover. Somebody developed. So the world was so happy that now books are very good. And not to talk too long. What do you call it? 1985 AD. First book was published, first CD was published on internet. That is an American encyclopedia. They decided to be, they were the first book CD on CD. So the world was so happy that, wow, we can listen to information on CD. And the most important revolution also came. That was internet revolution, which is 1989. 1989, internet override for it also came, and the public were using it. So everything jumped in our generation in 1995. 1995, when Amazon there was the first person to publish what they call it, create an online software that can be able to publish books, and people can download books people can read books.
And read books. And you can have a
yes
automatic automated reader.
Yes, when Amazon brought this revolution, now as we speak, my book is on Amazon. You can buy the paperback, you can buy the e-copy. If you buy the e-copy, they will send it straight to your phone.
Yeah.
So whoever says that civilization has come, so people don't know. People they read the e-book.
Yeah.
The people also keep libraries.
Yeah.
And books are very, very effective in Europe and Israel. So all the civilized nations, Africa should know that because of books, that's why they have developed. Because one mind, Confucius says something that if you sit down with a wise man on a round table, it's worth more than books. And I, Judge Kwekunti, I can challenge him that it's not true. There are a lot of things we have heard.
Yeah.
Because if you read books from different people, you get a diverse knowledge.
Yeah.
You read books and then you apply some of them. For example, if Bill Gates has a book about internet, is it not so nice that you read it?
Yeah.
So books is the most important soul of the planet.
Yeah. But now you see, people are reading, people are on social media. But the things they are reading and the information, I mean, they are still reading. But maybe the information they are getting, do you think they are helpful information?
Okay. First of all, the world, 21st century right now, we have entered into a revolution where it is purely information and digital information age. So majority of people are also reading picture reading. But let me say, what I've seen on social media is that a lot of people are also not doing so well. They just read information that they don't need them. You see, as a human being, you need to be organized. So if you want to read, search for good information and read them. Don't just be reading unnecessary stuff. That one is an effect of social media. And I told a friend last week that in the next 10 years, most Africans, especially Ghanaian Nigerians, they will commit suicide.
Why?
Because society is entering into personality identity, where every day I want to show myself to the public. I show immediately, like every single second you have to check on your phone, check on your phone. So before you realize you have not learned anything that will improve your life, and time will pass you, and then you don't fit in society because as we speak now, we are now entering into a civilization of what they call it, artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence. You need to have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, like you are a human being. What do you want? What do you have to do today, tomorrow, a week? So you don't have to be driven by the society. So the bad effect of social media is just showing pictures, just listening to videos unnecessary. Not every video you need to watch. You need to set a timeline, a standard for yourself. Because what we are entering is people are going to lose more jobs because robotics are coming. Robots are going to take over. And artificial intelligence is also coming. For example, if you want to be an engineer, very soon, it will not be long. You don't need to go to school. You just go to some place, you have some money, you program your mind, and then you understand everything. So the world is going.
Right there. We will be right back. We're talking about reading and reading books, and the show is the Deconte Thompson Show. It's wonderful here. We will be right back just after the break. Welcome back. You're watching the Deconte Thompson Show, and today we're talking about books and intentionally reading a book or choosing what books to read, not just coming across anything on social media and spending time on it, but intentionally choosing what to read. And I'm talking to George Kwekunti right here on the show. The show is the Deconte Thompson Show. Thank you, Fruity Fresh, for sponsoring this show. Thank you, Beauty Motions, for my makeup, and Emeka for my hair. Thank you, Filmlands Media, for partnering with us. So, George, why should we read more books?
Thank you. This is the most important question in the world. You know, first of all, let me answer this question in a philosophical way so that people will understand it well. Human beings, we live for three motives. All human beings, we are the most fastest creatures on earth. So we have reasoning, we have ability to document history, we have the ability to understand people. That is human being. So book is the soul of a man. I'm not talking about the soul of a man like that, but like, so what I'm saying is that because we live for three motives. We live for the body, the mind, and the soul. The body, the mind, and the soul. That's how a human being is composed.
The body, the mind,
of a human. So if you train your body, like you train every day, you eat good food, you have good shelter, that is one aspect of the three motives. So it means that you live well, you have nice body, you'll be healthy. That is fine, that is good. Then you need to live for the mind, and you need to live for the soul.
The soul.
Your soul will be happy when you have people loving you, you have hope. You maybe, assuming you are a Christian, you believe in God, you know that when you die, you go to heaven.
Yeah.
When you pray to God, He will answer you.
Yeah.
You have pastors who advises you. Yeah. You have a good soul. And then you do good to people because you're a Christian. Bible said, Jesus said, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So you achieve that level. Yeah. So it means that you have achieved two.
Body, soul.
Body and soul. Then the mind. The mind is programmed for important information that will help you, will help the soul to live well, will help the body to live well. It is upon this understanding that a lot of people don't get. That's why they don't read. So your mind needs good information. And information is there, plenty of them. It's that God has placed in the minds of many people. Some of them are alive, some of them are dead. Then they've written books that are there. Let me take Bible for instance. Bible is the most successful book on the planet. Yeah. Even as we speak in 21st century, Bible is the bestseller. No book ever go close to the Bible.
Wow.
Ever since books began.
So those who don't read your Bible.
Yes, it's the first book printed.
Oh, really?
Yes, in Europe.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Bible. Yeah. So now, the question is, if you don't read to get information that will need your life to improve, you have caused a damage to your soul because lack of information. A pastor will say, oh, come and take salt and drink them, and then you get money, and you follow because because your mind is not active, because you have no information. Yeah. The whole world works like this. If you don't control your mind, others will control your mind for you. So if you read books from different diverse areas, for example, you are doing a very good job.
Thank you.
There are books about communication written by Deconte.
I see where you're going. Yeah.
How to influence people. Yeah. Written by Deconte. It's a book that has changed the world. Deconte.
Okay.
How to win friends and influence people.
Okay.
Effective communication. And so the question is, you look for books in your area of work.
All right.
And then the whole issue, people should get it like this. It's not about academics. Academic books are just 10% of learning. You go to school to learn, it's just 10% of life success. Like, it's not up to. So you need to have the desire to go to bookshop, to select books. You need to search for books that are good. Go to New York Times or go to any other book online store. Look for good books and read them. If you fail to do that, you are living incomplete life because you are living on other side of life.
You are limited.
Yes, and that is why a lot of people commit suicide. A lot of people become depressed because the information in their mind is not enough to control them.
Yeah.
So books is part of human life, and whoever do not read, you are damaging yourself.
Knowledge is power.
You are damaging your generation, and you cannot go far. It doesn't matter you have money now. Life is not all about money. Like I told you, success, money is the last. Yeah. We have a lot of them. First of all, I told you that you need to have the purpose, God purpose for you. You need to have the talents. You need to have the mastery, the discipline enough to be able to control yourself, to achieve yourself, the consistency. And then you need to have connection. You need to be known by people. People must trust you. Yeah. That is, and then the money will come. So
what is worrying me now is that, I mean, in Africa, there are places, remote places, that people don't even know how to read.
Okay.
What's going to happen to our society in the next 20 years? When we don't read, in the next 10 years, 20 years, let's put it forward. What's going to happen to our society? What's going to happen to our area? What's going to happen?
Thank you. This is the most good question. A lot of people will be extinct. People will be very poor. People will commit suicide. People will die young because society will push you out. It's like society is growing. Now the world is, you see the COVID came, it has forced people the ability to work in their houses. People have to work with limited access of offices and other things. So now, if government of nations, government of Africa, it is your responsibility to ensure that everybody read books. I'm not talking about going to school. The difference between going to school to read and the reading books is this. Going to school is a structured programming of society. So they have syllables, and then you read that one. That is not enough. That is just not enough. So people must be encouraged that, look, people need to have libraries. So it has to start from the family members. You have to have your own library. You have to teach your children to have their library. You have to now the world is entering into personal libraries. Every Israeli have a library. Whether you're young or small, you can settle. So libraries have to be the only solution. So that those in the villages, if you didn't do well, you need to have a library for your children. You have children's book, you have teenagers book, you have books on all levels. So that you tell them that go and read. But if you don't have a library and you tell your children to go and read, they should read what? They cannot read. So now the programs on internet will just detect your life, your children's life for you. So I encourage people that you can never live a happier life when you are not a reading human being.
You know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining
in the next 20 years.
I'm imagining that it's like a blind person, like physically blind. But it's just this one, you're not physically blind in your eyes, but in your mind. You are blinded when you don't read. That's just what I'm saying right now.
Thank you.
And then you're saying something about in the next 20 years.
In the next 20 years, even 20 years is very far away. We are entering into a digital artificial intelligence age. So you see that we started from the Stone Age, we came to agrarian age, we came to golden age, we came to industrialization age, Kwame Nkrumah's time area, and now we came to information age. We are entering into digital artificial intelligence age. So the world is not. What I want to tell Ghanaians and African people is this. The world is not waiting for you to grow. The world is growing. You have to keep pace.
You have to keep up.
Yes, like, what do you call it? Professor Amakwanta said, you just have to follow us. I like the way he talks.
You just have to follow us.
Just follow us. We are way gone. We are doing that. You see, that is how the world is moving faster.
You're watching the Deconte Thompson show, and here we learn how to strive, attain, and succeed. I mean, real success stories from real people who are impacting society in a positive way. So this is the Deconte Thompson show, and next week we have something fantastic coming up.